of Crippled by Culture, where we talk about everything in life and related to the disability and chronically ill community. My name is Sean Gold, and I'm an author, advocate, and nonverbal public speaker for the disability community. To provide a quick visual description for accessibility, I'm a Black man with a white tracheostomy breathing tube in my neck, and I am wearing a Black shirt. Next to me, the voice you hear speaking for me. This video is of a Zoom call with me and the person talking for me in one box, and my guest is in another box below it. Today, I would like to thank Adam Ross for being my voice in this episode. In this episode, we're talking about the intersections of disability and dance.
Before we get any further into the interview, I want to give a shout out to our partnering nonprofit festival for the series, Festability. As a board member, I helped put together a wonderful event in St. Louis at the Missouri History Museum. We had so many activities and vendors set up all over with an amazing headliner for our main stage. Getting to do this event was a dream come true. It is the best event in St. Louis to celebrate your disability unapologetically. Make sure you come out later this year. More information will be available soon. Thank you Festability for sponsoring the series. Now, back to the show.
Now, let's get to today's amazing guest. Miss Marie, aka MarieBustinMoves, is known for going viral on social media through her amazing dance moves. From making old school moves like the Running Man, she had taken over social media one groove at a time. Miss Marie, thank you for being here today. How are you doing? And would you mind?
Good. Thank you for having me. It is my pleasure to come on and talk about this intersection.
Yes. Would you mind giving a visual description of yourself, please?
Yes, I am a Black woman. I am a grandmother, wife, mom of 6 daughters. Listen, I embrace my gray hair as a grandmother. I am, I love my frames. If you see me, you will know me by my frames. I am a big frame wearer for all colors, all styles. It really helps to put my personality out there. Yeah, that's pretty much it about me. I'm 46 years old and I live in Georgia.
I appreciate that. First, do you identify with having a disability or chronic illness?
No.
Okay. Since you are non-disabled, are you involved or connected with the disabled community in your personal and or professional?
Absolutely, very much so. In my work, I definitely, as a dance instructor, I come across individuals with disabilities very often who have a desire and a passion for dance, but don't feel as confident in their ability to do such. So I make adjustments. I make arrangements for them to know that if you can move, you can groove. It's not about walking. It's just if you can move your neck, if you can move your hand, I help them to find their strength. So yes, I'm very much associated with the disabled community and dance.
What do you think you've learned that stays with you on a daily basis from the disability community or a specific disabled person?
Gosh, not to feel sorry for myself, to know that no matter what is going on with me, that I still matter. The amount of courage that the disabled community provides me is just above none other. Just their ability to really not feel sorry for themselves. That's really the main thing. It's like, don't pity me. This is just a part of my life. It doesn't make me any less than. It's just who I am. So the ability to have courage and not give up on myself or feel sorry for myself.
I do respect people that don't think or consider themselves to be disabled. But in your visual description, you said that you wear glasses. Do you not connect wearing them as visual aids for your eyes?
Well, good point, good point. However, you know, they're not prescription. They're just clear. Oh.
Got it. Got it. Now, your involvement in the dance community. Do you consider yourself to be a professional dancer?
Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah. How long have you been dancing?
Well, so I've been dancing since I was a child. Like dance is just a part of my DNA. I've always loved dance from a little girl, but I got more into the professional side of dance when I turned about 18 years old, and I joined what was called an African dance troupe. And we actually traveled and did African dance. I took classes every day. And then when I started giving back to my community, teaching other kids how to dance, I became more professional in dance that way. So through performances and sharing my gift with other people.
Why does old school dancing resonate with you most?
Oh yes, old school dance resonates with me the most because when I first started dancing, it was my family couldn't afford dance lessons. I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in a low income community, and we barely was able to just get clothes and things like that that we needed, let alone take extracurricular things like dance. That was a dream, okay? But we work with what we had. And so what I had was a TV, and that was more than what most people had. So watching the videos, it was the beginning of hip hop, early 90s, late 80s. Seeing the dancers on TV like MC Hammer and all the icons on TV dancing, and I'm learning the dances. JJ Fad was another big influence, Salt and Pepper. Seeing them on TV and dancing like that, I was able to record the video, stop it, rewind, watch it again, practice. So TV became my dance studio. And it happened to be hip hop. So that's what I learned how to do first. And I fell in love with it.
Is dance a language to you? What does dancing mean to you?
Dance is a language. When you think about people who, they're great public speakers and they're great communicators and they know how to say how they feel matter of factly. They know how to stand up for themselves, like Sean. He speaks up for himself. He is not worried about what people think about his opinion or what he has to say on the subject. And because of that, dance did that for me. So dance is a language, and I do a lot of talking with my feet. I have a lot of joy inside of my life. And I've been through a lot and I've overcome a lot. And the best way that I know how to express myself is on the dance floor. That's my feet do the talking. So dance is a language for me. It helps me to express how I'm really feeling on the inside and to share that, because when people watch me dance, they're like, oh, she's really happy. She obviously has some joy. Like, what is she trying to tell us? So it's a language.
I love that. So why did you start posting on TikTok? Was it what you ever expected it to be?
Oh gosh, listen, the pandemic, what were we stuck in lockdown? I call it lockdown, but it was quarantine. We were in quarantine, and I was it was a sad place for the whole entire world. My dance company had to close, and TikTok, I saw my daughters doing TikTok, and I knew that I needed to do something to keep active, to just make sure that I could not forget how to dance, to keep myself busy, to not get rusty with my dance moves, and to also relieve some stress because I didn't know what I was going to do in my business. You know, it was very scary. But I decided to get on TikTok, and I got on TikTok and I saw the dance moves they were doing, and I'm old school, and I said, what's missing from TikTok? Old school dance. So I decided to bring something different to the platform, and it worked. I went viral.
How did you maintain the business?
So going viral brought some new opportunities in my life. It brought me onto platforms like Drew Barrymore, Live with Ryan and Kelly. A lot of the entertainers started dancing with me. Wayne Brady danced with me. I had the stars dancing with me. So many people shared me. Viola Davis shared me on her platform. BET, I mean, that's how I used to learn how to dance. They started sharing me. And so from that came other opportunities such as brand deals and ways for me to continue doing my dance classes, not just for my local community, but now for the world. So there, voila, my business is saved.
That's God.
It is God. It's God.
How long did it take you to grow on there and on Instagram?
Oh gosh. 90 days. 90 days. I was viral. I mean, listen, my account had 100 followers. My kids used to laugh at me because, before I went viral, I was on social media all the time, watching other people be successful on there. And, I was a scroller. I had like 100 followers on every platform. And my kids said, why are you putting videos up? Nobody's watching them. Who are you talking to? Nobody's watching you. And within 90 days, my account went from 100 to 100, 500,000. And on Instagram, overnight, it went up to 100,000. So it's been growing by leaps and bounds. God, like you say, who can do that? There is no service that can say, let me help you get followers. There is no service that can make growth like that. Only God can grow something like that.
What are some of your favorite dances to do from your generation?
Oh, you must know this. Running Man. The Running Man. I have done the Running Man for over hundreds of miles worth of Running Man. Like I could run a marathon doing the Running Man. That is my hands down favorite dance. There are like so many versions of the Running Man. You got the MC Hammer Running Man. You got the Vanilla Ice Running Man. You got the Heavy D Running Man. You got the Kid and Play Running Man. It's just the Running Man goes on and on. I love that dance. And also the Aunt Viv, because everybody knows the classic scene from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Aunt Viv was the older woman who could keep up with the younger generation. And if that is not me right now, Aunt Viv is my dance. It reminds me that, I might be 46, but I can keep up with the best of them, even the 20 and 18-year-olds.
What are your favorites from the newer generations?
That's a good question because I don't like to leave other generations out. Like, I want to contribute old school. I'm not trying to erase new school. I'm not trying to erase the TikTok dances. I just not want them to forget, the 90s. But if I have to think about new school dances, I love the jerk. I love them because they're a play off of the old school moves. And it's pretty cool to see what each generation does with the dance moves. So I love the jerk. I love the heel toe. That's another fun one. And even with the TikTok dances, I love the hip movement. Come on, hit it one time. Come on. They love to do that little hip action. I love it. I love it.
You should get rid of the new dances, please.
I mean, no, we can't, because life evolves and everything changes often. So, I'm sure our parents wanted to get rid of the old school, the 90s movements. Who wanted us not to do those dances? They wanted us to do the mashed potato, and they wanted us to do the jerk, which they got their own jerk. Is that like that? I think. So we took their dances and made them into our own. So I don't believe in erasing a culture, evolution of people and dance. I like to embrace it all.
Would you mind demonstrating a couple more?
Okay, let's see. So, there is, it's called the Inspector Gadget. So if you're from the 90s, you will remember a cartoon. Well, first it was a movie, but then it became a cartoon, and it was called the Inspector Gadget. And the reason Inspector Gadget, he had all these gadgets that come out his body and his coat. The go-go gadget. He said, go-go gadget, and he said, go-go gadget, neck, and his neck could fly up, right? So then the dance is called Inspector Gadget because we roll our neck like that. Hey, Inspector Gadget, Inspector Gadget. That's why they call that. Let's see, another one. Now, let's see, what's another one that has a good meaning behind it? I don't know why they call it the Cabbage Patch, but it goes, I don't know why they call that the Cabbage Patch. I really don't.
Yeah, I never knew what it was called. The Inspector Gadget. I never knew what it was called.
Yes. A lot of the dances from the 90s, the names, they are associated with the dance for a reason. And it was to highlight a show or a person. So yeah.
I still remember how I stumbled upon your Instagram. I think it was through Lonnie Love or Matt Bomer.
Okay.
I can't remember which one.
Probably Lonnie Love, because she shared me a lot.
Yeah, like everyone else though, I instantly followed and loved you. I eventually then followed you on my author Instagram and TikTok account, and I found one thought, and I found one I thought was easy for me to do. I did it in one try and posted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then hours later, it had blown up and Lonnie Love had shared it. What did you initially think when you saw my duet?
Listen, you inspired me so much when I saw that duet. I said, I hope everybody sees this. I hope he gets the attention he needs, because he is jamming. He is jamming.
Was I your favorite? Please lie and say yes.
You said what?
Was I your favorite? Please lie and say yes.
You were my favorite because I get so many inboxes. It was very encouraging. I get so many DMs or inboxes that say, I love your energy. I love what you're doing. If I wasn't disabled or if I wasn't in a wheelchair, I would try to do this. And every time I send them your video and I say, now do it. If he can do it, you can do it. See, because I'm not disabled, so I can tell them anything and they'll be like, sure, you're just saying that. But when they see it firsthand, boom, they feel automatically inspired.
Accommodate the dance yourself.
You said right? What?
Accommodate the dance yourself.
Exactly.
So how is it getting to meet Steve Harvey?
Oh gosh, Uncle Steve Harvey. That's our uncle. He's the nation's Uncle Steve. Steve Harvey, everything we see about him, if you like Steve Harvey and you think he's awesome, it's for a reason. He really is awesome. He was so down to earth. Like the personality that portrays of him on the TV screen is the personality he has in real life. He's just so humble, because it's hard to not be humble when you've been through a lot. So the fact that he relates to people on every single level, it portrays in everything he does. And he just wants everybody to shine. He's not selfish. He's like, yeah, come on my show. Let me tell people about you. And he made it possible for me to meet a lawyer that could help me copyright my dance moves, because one of the big things about social media is people they steal your ideas.
They really do. So many of the viral dances were started by Black people, but we're not the ones credited.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. I've learned a lot about, you know, copyrighted property. I think social media has brought up a lot of issues with copyright, from music to video ideas to choreography. I've learned that you can't copyright one dance move, right? You can't say the Roger Rabbit or the Inspector Gadget belongs to me. You have to have a piece, a whole at least 1 minute to 2 minute video of dances put together in a way that is different from anybody else. So when you see me dancing the Chub Rock old school dance, that is my choreography. I put that together. That is mine. I was able to get that copywritten. Music is another thing that, you know, these artists were using all their music. So I actually had the chance to meet Chub Rock, and he gave me permission to use his music. But there are other dances I have that I don't have permission to use the music. So I can't really fully take too much credit for music. And that's okay. The artists are starting to get their credit for the music, and the dancers are starting to get their credit. One of the things we have to do as creators, especially Black creators, we got to support each other. Like, if you see somebody doing a dance that belongs to somebody else, go under there and say, no, that dance belonged to MarieBustinMoves, or that dance belonged to, I got a lot of, you know, people who I love. There's a lady on TikTok right now who's not getting credit for her dances. Kiki, did the Savage dance. She's finally got her credit. So we just have to hold each other accountable, and stick together. You know, it's the ongoing thing with Black people. We got to work together.
So true. I think that trend has been long gone before I saw the original on my For You page.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, it's not getting no better. I tell you that. I call them culture vultures. You know, I call them culture vultures when they swoop in on the community and take something so beautiful and make it their own without credit or inspiration credit. You know, they have more resources than we have in most cases. And so when that happens, if the masses aren't able to see you, it's easy to take your work. It's easy, very easy. It's like taking candy from a kid. Give me that. And it's very difficult to retain credit. So we just have to stick together.
And they'll do it without seasoning, but I'll shut up.
I'll digress.
Mhm. Who has been your favorite celebrity that has seen your videos or that you got to meet through dancing?
Let's see. I have met a lot of people at this point. I'm gonna have to say Wayne Brady. I say Wayne Brady because he really put me on the map. He did my dance. It's like he practiced. He put on the old school Adidas outfit. He took his time. You could tell he really worked hard to dance with me. And that really made me happy, because I was like, he didn't have to do that. And then not only did he do that, but he shared it with the world. And so, you know, we watch this TV show called Dancing with the Stars all the time, but in this case, the stars were dancing with me. And that will forever go down in my memory as, you know, that's a core memory now. So I would have to say that's my most favorite thing, having the stars dance with me. Wayne Brady. And then look, guess what? This season, he is on Dancing with the Stars for his very first time. And he's doing amazing.
Would you do that show?
Good question. I don't like to say what I will never do, I don't have any desire to, though.
What are ways that dancing can be accommodated to one's needs?
To accommodate it to what?
To one's needs.
Oh, so you know, there are levels to dance. So, you know, when you're dancing, there are usually like 3 different things that you got to work on. So it's going to be some arm movement, some leg movement, some body movement. Okay, so sometimes you can take out some of those movements. You know, there's levels to dance. You can do it at a level 1, which is low impact. You can go all the way up to a level 10 and go crazy. So you can slow it down. You can remove some of the movements. I do that often, and not just for the disabled community, but for people who have what they like to say, unrhythm, no rhythm, or people who say, I can't dance, because they have to put all these different elements of their bodies and make it a symphony. You can take out different pieces and the dances look still just as good, right? So those are ways you can do it. You can turn the level of energy that you put into them down, and you can take out certain parts of the dance movement to fit the particular individual. So you don't always have to dance with your feet. You don't always have to dance with your arms. You don't always have to dance with your body. You can dance with your eyes. You know, it's so many different things, so many different things.
Do you think anybody can be taught to dance?
I am a firm believer that anybody can be taught to dance. Firm. I stand on that because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen too many times.
How did the Bustin' Moves TV app happen? Was it your idea?
Yes. So the original name of my company was called A Time to Dance. When I first started my dance company in 2001, it was called A Time to Dance. Okay. The Bible talks about there's a time for everything under the sun. And in Ephesians, and one of the things was it's a time to mourn and it's a time to dance. You know, there are specific things that God says, and he says them in the order that he wants them to be in. So I was always thinking like, it's a time to mourn and it's a time to dance. First we mourn and then we dance. So the fact that he put dancing right beside a person who mourns or grieves, that was interesting to me, because I had been through a lot. I had mourned a lot, not just death, but life happenings. And so it was my time to dance. It was a time to dance when I opened my company. And so I called it A Time to Dance. Then the pandemic happened, and my name on Instagram had already been Bustin' Moves. Like, that's always been my name. It was always Bustin' Moves, even though that wasn't the name of my dance company. So when social media happened, I decided to rebrand my dance company to Bustin' Moves, because that's where everybody met me on social media. And I didn't want to try to make them to know who A Time to Dance was, but rather to meet my next right where it is, which was on the corner of Bustin' Moves and social media.
What do you offer on the app? I still need to get my subscription.
Oh gosh, you got to get it, because I'm gonna stretch you out. I'm gonna I put bloopers on there, so you know I look so perfect on social media. I never make mistakes. Okay, I am the most perfect dancer you will ever see on social media. However, there are some takes that happen behind these videos, and sometimes I don't get it right. So I decided to share those moments with my friends on my app. And so you'll get some bloopers, you'll get some breakdowns to the dances, you will get those alternative moves that you're looking for, you know, like, oh, if you can't do it like this, then try it like this. You'll hear me talk a lot more, and you'll get to see our most viral videos all the time.
How do you hope to connect with people through that?
So we all know, I mean, there was a big issue on social media just yesterday where Instagram decides they want to take followers, or they want to block you out your account, or they don't want the app to work today. They're not uploading videos, or the app's crashing or whatever. And they might decide, hey, we don't want to push you anymore. So I wanted to have a place that my supporters and fans and subscribers could meet me at any time, not based on social media. So it's like a home. It's like my VIP area. It's a place to connect with you even more. I talk with you more there than I ever will in my comment section on social media.
What other things are you passionate about doing?
Oh gosh, I am passionate about growing money. I love to see people get financially stable and soar above poor. I love helping businesses and families get their money in order. I love to talk about legacy, financial legacy, and I love helping people to understand money in a way that they never have before. That I went to school for it. Is if you put me next to dance and finance, those are my two passions. Dance, finance, and then of course family. But when you talk about what I can do to give back to other people, dance and finance.
Speaking of family, has your daughter began wedding planning?
Oh gosh, she set a date for spring, which will be April or May 2023. So yes, we have been picking out venues. It's going to be so much dancing at this wedding. It's my first daughter. And that's a very special time. I'm so excited. I love her fiance. He is all that. And they belong together. So I approve this wedding, and we are so excited to plan and celebrate them and send her off into her new life.
Congratulations to her.
Thank you. She's very happy, very excited. She, is like night and day. She became a whole new person when she got engaged. I said, have we met? Do I know you, lady? Do I know you? She's like, it's every girl's dream to get a ring on their finger and have somebody to ask you to marry them. So she's just beaming with joy, and I'm happy for her.
Is she also a professional dancer?
She is, because she trained under me. And then she took everything I taught her and she took it to the next level. So she is, to me, she's a better dancer than me. Her style, her grace. I know it's kind of like looking at myself when I watch her, but I love how she taken what I taught her and put a cherry on top. She's amazing. Yeah, she is a professional dancer. She currently still teaches. She runs our dance company. She does a lot of the production work for the company. She does a lot of the choreography. She's amazing.
I love her dances too.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Well, was there anything else that you wanted to discuss today that we didn't touch on?
Well, sure. I would like to ask, like, how can I be a better service to the disabled community? What kind of things would you guys like to see on the app, or maybe that I could do to kind of be more inclusive?
Does your app provide captions?
So captions do matter then. I that's something I can do for sure. Captions are important.
I can't think of anything else besides maybe a category dedicated to ways dances can be modified.
Okay. I think that's helpful. No, that's plenty. Thank you. I will definitely take that into consideration and make sure that happens, because I think it's important. I think it's important, and what you're doing is important. I love to watch you, speak out and be an advocate. I love it so much, and it just like keeps me educated, and it keeps me open to know that, look here, we have to be mindful of these things. So thank you.
Thank you. And, thank you for coming on and having this conversation. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I did.
I did. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I appreciate the insights that you provided as well. And if people wanted to connect with you and support the work that you do, where can they do so?
What is the most supportive is just visiting my website, MarieBustinMoves.com, and just seeing what I'm up to. Take a scroll through, stop by my shopping center, look at my press, and check out the app, MarieBustinMoves.com.
I will make sure to share everything in my description below.
Thank you.
Yeah. Once again, I'm Sean Gold. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment all your thoughts, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time on another episode of Crippled by Culture.